Okay, I'm doing this backwards. I'm replacing my blower motor. I knew it was my blower motor because it would shut off intermittently and not function at all. If it was the resistor, then it wouldn't adjust speeds. So I didn't have that problem. It was just cutting in and cutting out. And I opened it up and I played around with the connector and I thought that was it. I sprayed cleaner on the connectors and stuff, and it really is just a blower motor. So I finally got around to buying one, and I tested it first before I took all the stuff apart. I took the plug and I plugged it in, and there was no stop and go. It just worked as soon as I plugged it in. So I'm gonna put it back and I'll film it backwards. So first of all, I want to show you once you get all this stuff out, this is the recirculator. Right now it's open. When it comes up to here, both sides, then it's closed and the fan is blowing. And I have an issue with that, but that doesn't concern me because I like it open all the time anyway. So, but down here, if you're ever having an issue with your filter, trying to change your filter, I get in my light. You can have access if you want to go through all this. That's the filter right there. And I did change this filter probably 2 years ago, and I kind of regret not buying one now that I have this all open, because when you have a problem with this right there where the line that goes to the what is it? Oh, I don't know. You know, for the AC evaporator or whatever. You have to get the foam around it. You see the foam? And what I had last time I opened this up to play around with it, the foam jammed where that line is, and I was able to rip it and put it on the other side, so you can see the piece on the other side. So it's kind of hard to get the foam in, just sliding the filter out. You know what a job that is. You have to take a bunch of things apart just to get the filter in. But I'm going to put a vacuum in here, and I'm going to at least vacuum up some of this debris, and then I'll get to installing the blower, and I'll show you all the process of the things I took off. So I'm going to pause it now. Alright, this is the way the blower has to be facing to get it in. You have to pull this metal right here. It's not the firewall, I guess it's a flange off of the firewall. You have to pull this back. You see, I'm pulling this back, and you have to have it facing just like this to get it in. Otherwise, you got to get it past the glass. You don't want to break the glass, obviously. I haven't done it yet. I hope I don't do it this time. So I have to pause right now. Okay, I'm almost there. Now you can see it's now under the glass, under the windshield. I got one horn over here and one over here, and these two are going to be facing up when it goes into the groove. But I had to pull this. See, I'm pulling this. You have to pull it. Maybe you can get an assistant to pull it for you while you're putting this in. And see how it's loose like that? And I have the resistor wire cable towards the top, not underneath. You have to put it over the top. That's the easiest way to do it. So I gotta pause right now. Okay, it's almost in. I had to push the, I don't know, I call it the squirrel cage or whatever, the plastic fins. I had to compress them to get past this. You can't take this off. This mounts the wipers. There's a screw underneath. You take the screw out, doesn't matter because it's glued. this whole bracket is glued, so you have to go by it. All right. So again, I had to compress this right here on the outside to get it in. See, I'm almost in there now, and I'm gonna have to force it again. So I'm gonna pause. Okay, it's in, and the two horns, I call them horns, just for the sake of this video, are facing up because they fit into this groove. Here, let me see if I can move it around. Well, I don't want to move it around because I finally got it in there. Okay. So the two pieces, I got my thumb in right here. This is the high end, and this is the other high end. And there's a groove that the plastic fits right into. And there you go. So I gotta stop for a second. Here's the harness from the resistor, comes from that side, goes across here. And I'm gonna plug it in, if I remember now which way. I gotta stop this so I can use two hands. Okay, I plugged it in to test it before I start closing this up. But you can't plug it in right now because you have to put other things in. So it works. So I'm gonna show you the next piece you gotta put in. I gotta pause. All right, here's the piece that goes in the frame. I tried pulling the blower out of with this on, and I thought I had done it before because I did take the blower out like a year ago, thinking it was just the connectors, and I took the whole thing out, cleaned it and everything. But you have to take this off, this frame. So you go like this, goes in there, and these clips, there's clips here and one here, and you have two studs you have to mount it on. So I have to stop so I can use two hands. Okay, this clip, you can't really close it with this brace in the way, so you have to kind of just get it to go under the flange, and it has to line up with these two bolts right here. And now I'm going to clip this while it's sitting here. There. So it's not even that snug. Now it is. Okay. So now you got to put the two nuts on. There's one here. There's one. Oop, one over here. I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna put some